10 steps instead. Snooze, I won't, I can't lose, ready, rest or a bed. Do what you can to do, make your next move your best. I do this for the family, I might just flow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they souls the chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, let's go. Ripper stuff the edge like I don't know no feel.
The NFL on EA Sports has moved across the Atlantic to the capital city of London, England. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one between the Dallas Cowboys and our home team. Marr now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards. As he'll get this only back to the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jahan, ready! 54 that's not good.
A first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Cousins gives way to Cook, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now Cousins lets it fly for oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 85 yards. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. That's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's Prescott. And right away, he lost the football. And this belongs to the Vikings. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 20.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Oh, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's got room. A good pickup there at 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off the play fake, Cousins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Throwing, Cousins. Incomplete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Now they have a first down and more. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 45 yards. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now a play fake here on first down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Well, he's going to go for it all, and that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Prescott on first down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play here for Dallas. 47 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Following the interception, Cousins. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Now Dallas gets set to take the field. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Harrison Smith on the safety blitz, able to get the sack. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. After the sack on first down, Prescott. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Right there on the coverage to knock that ball away was Mike Hughes.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
3rd and long for Prescott. Austin's got it left side. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. And now out comes Minnesota. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this belongs to the Vikings. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, and then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will swell the lead to 16. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brendan, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now under 100 yards of total offense. To throw is Prescott, being chased out left. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 20.
So we're going to 53. Undercut. We're going to 54 right here. Go. Get out there. That's me.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Trying to lay one up deep. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Anthony Harris.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. and it's not looking good for them here.
Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where is he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Now Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
At their own 42-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Big series right.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. 2nd down, Prescott. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 58 yards. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that will get him one closer. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Byron Jones in there to make the tackle. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take a win.
On play action, Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Throwing is Cousins. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there isn't a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end. Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Welcome back now here in London. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
We're going to 53. 26. Then we're going to 53. 65. 65. Then we're going to 54. 26.
Prescott now.
6
Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10. 1st down. Here's Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. Cousins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Cousins. They'll let this go for the end zone. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. Twisting away. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Good. Here we go, 47. 26.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. He goes full extension, and he's got it. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. Flush to his right, and it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Go. Get out there.
On 2nd down, Prescott again. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in the game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Here's Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Austin. Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. That is caught at the 7. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like...
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. So he's in for his 3rd score of the game. And defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you. But for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game. And no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They start the drive with Cook. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring... him down shy of the 20. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll run on first down. Cook. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 40-yard line.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll run with D'Angelo Henderson. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. A big play there for Minnesota. 41 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Here we go. Slide in. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Mike 54. Mike. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Line in. 26.
A first down throw for Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Cousins here to throw. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go. Here we go, 47. 40, come on. Come on, baby, come on. Under. Then we're going to 53.
One last shot now for Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. Charles, we saw a...
Up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my... Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my... happen. Now my dreams reality, not going back. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. And I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dreams reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Minnesota Vikings and our home team. Boswell on now to kick this one away. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
1st and 10 at the 49.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt. The start less than ideal as they already face a 2nd and long. To throw is Cousins. And the pressure gets to him again. T.J. Watt dropping him for the 2nd straight play. Might want to think about blocking him here on 3rd down. 3rd and long for Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. A pickup of 27. And they pick up the first down in the process. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. The Vikings first down. Diggs able to find his way free and get the catch from Cousins.
First down. First and 10. 7-yard line.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
On first and 10, Cousins looking for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. First carry for James Conner. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. The tackle goes to Harrison Smith.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on second down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Here's Roethlisberger. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. It's fielded at the 45. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that?
And he fires one that's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game.
Through an opening, and there he goes. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, 66 yards. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins. Left side caught by Diggs. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Cousins. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 45 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone.
On the return. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
But you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger will throw. And McDonald here over the middle. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage. Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
And they're going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target, and it's 3rd and short.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
To try again after the sack. Roethlisberger under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
51 yards on the punt there. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there and handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Give to Cook out of the gun. Pretty nice move, but not a ton of space there. They stop him shy of the 25. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. On 3rd down, Cousins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. picked up by Steven Nelson. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. It's a foot race. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook. 79 yards, and the Vikings have taken the lead. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. That 7-0 lead in there is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Following the interception, Cousins. Now he'll let this one go deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A gain of 32 that time. On 1st down, it's Cook. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And
he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Bailey got the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And you're under a minute to go in the half, the first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenge in your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a 1st down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you're doing like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers. And he's going to go down again. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Play action. Now Roethlisberger. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Danielle Hunter. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour.
And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
Like 20. 54. It's a party now. It's a party.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Now Roethlisberger. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. There for the sack, Everson Griffin.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th down with Roethlisberger. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Mike Hughes. The 30. And he's going to score. It's up.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Poss, and Dave went. Still When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, passing your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints and rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game has veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. Relieving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all, keep it flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? That's a close encounter of what kind? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all, peak flow. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket?
The National Football League has traveled south of the border as we are in Mexico City, Mexico on EA Sports. Tonight it's another installment of the International Series, and we've got a good one on tap between the Green Bay Packers and our home team. Crosby on now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop. At the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Behind, ready!
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. Preston Smith there on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to run.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Montravius Adams. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Back to the ground. Cook. The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
A gain there of 21 yards.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it. And he got it. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And he's able to find Diggs. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been... And he will score! Touchdown, Vikings! 7 yards on the touchdown run. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Barely got the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Hey, echo. 55, Mike, 55. Hey, let's get in home. Mike 55, Mike 55. I got one. Boom. Motion. Hey, check right. Hey, check 26. It's our time.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 25-yard line.
Mike. 318. You're not ready. Kill.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. That run good for 7 yards, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
319. Switch it. Box it.
On third down, here's Jones. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
That's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
And now out comes Minnesota. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
On second down now, it's Cook. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down. Cousins to throw it. Packer pressure, and down he goes. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Yes. Mark 55. Cowboy. Here, Mike.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Rodgers to his tight end Graham on a big one. 51 yards.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. Here's Rodgers looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime, something to build on maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points, and now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
To throw, Cousins. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Here's Matt Weil now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He won't go down. 12 yards on the return that time. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Hey, Charlie.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Final play of the half, Cousins. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Hey, Foxtrot. You. Okay, over here. Check nickel. 26. Boom. Live.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up. Number 50. Jeff.
Now it's Rodgers. He sets to fire deep. It got his man complete. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 42 yards. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
On 1st down, Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffith, his 2nd sack of the night.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
White left. Here we go, D. It's just me. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Working from the gun. Rodgers steps away to his left. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. From the shotgun to give to Jones. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Handoff comes to Cook, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Here's Cousins. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Kenny Clark able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these... Stephon Diggs! He's at the 40, the 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings! Stephon Diggs, 83 yards, and the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is. They had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, and even better run for big yardage.
We got this. 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
No, 258. Hey, check 26. Watch the split. Check 30. Watch the split.
Rodgers now on first down. Looking deep for Adams. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And mark him down all the way inside the Minnesota 10. A big play there, Rodgers to Adams. 67 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. From 6 yards away. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2.
What's the run? They're running it. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Get up.
They're going to run for it with Jones. And he's not going to get in as a try for 2 comes up empty. So they will be unable to cut this to a field goal as the differential remains 5. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing, Cousins. Caught on the right side by Treadwell. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And down to the 28-yard line. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick, and he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
They'll run on first down. Cook. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Cousins. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Maybe a free play here. Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Now Bailey to tack on the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. Staley now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Box it. 54 Mike. Get the ball.
To throw is Rodgers. Going to throw again. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down. Throwing is Rodgers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Daniil Hunter able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and abundant. He's going to air one out. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Following the interception, Cousins. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Slipping into the backfield for the sack was Oren Burks.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He's going to take a shot right away. He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 31 yards. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. Crosby with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And Cook has it, left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up getting...
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now Cousins. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Joshua Jackson there to knock that one away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And that will come the offense as they take over. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 35.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Back to throw, Rodgers. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Give him 32 on the play.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
2nd and 7 at the 31-yard line.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. He was trying to find Equanimous St. Brown, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To throw is Rodgers. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. So down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Check back. Tight on. Hey, Haywood.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Vikings are going to win this football game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. The throw left side complete to Treadwell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Cousins now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. He's going to float this one deep right side. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
Hey, exit. Watching it by. You're trapped. Jim. Check 55, Mike.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. Buying time to his left. Now a desperation throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it 3, 4, 5.